Multipliers Part 5. A true leader doesn't impose a decision, they drive a debate. At around 8 o'clock at night, only a few people were called into a closed meeting room. Outside, the entire team was waiting, but inside, the decision was already almost finalized. The atmosphere was such as if the door of discussion was open, but the path was blocked beforehand. Inside the room, the boss said, "I have thought of everything." The rest of the people just kept nodding their heads, because they knew that now an announcement, not a discussion, was about to happen. No one asked a question, because asking a question too would perhaps be considered resistance. The fear begins right from here. If big decisions are taken only from the thinking of a few people, then what use will the intelligence of the rest of the organization be? Will thousands of hours of experience merely remain lying in a salary sheet? And the curiosity is that if that exact same decision comes out from an open debate, does the team start not just accepting the decision but rather owning it too? Can debate truly make people more smart and responsible? In Part 4, we saw that a multiplier does not just create a safe environment, he gives a challenge to the team too. He takes people out of their comfort zone but does not leave them alone. Matt Macaulay had pushed people to their hidden capacity by keeping a target like Mission Impossible at {J.B.} He did not let the impossible become a fear. He made it a direction and energy. He did not become a know-it-all leader who gives every answer himself. He gave a challenge and let the team find a way. This was the reason that people did not just do work, but rather stretched themselves. But after the challenge, the next question comes. When many smart people show different paths, how should the correct decision be taken? Which idea will save the future and which idea will only sound good? Right here in Part 5, a new form of the multiplier comes forward. This form is of the debate maker. Such a leader who does not make the decision a test of his personal intelligence but rather uses the intelligence of the entire team. A debate maker is that leader who does not hide big decisions in a closed room, but rather places the right questions before the right people. He knows that a strong decision comes out of strong thinking. Opposite to this is the decision maker diminisher. He thinks that if the title belongs to him, then the maximum intelligence too belongs to him alone. For him, the rest of the people are execution support, not input. Such a leader can take a decision quickly, but loses the collective thinking of the team. Speed is visible, but the blind spot gets hidden. And many times this exact blind spot proves very costly. He can ask people for their opinion, but takes the real decision in a private circle. Then in the meeting, he merely pronounces the final answer. The team feels that only a formality was completed through them. From the outside, this might look like decisive leadership, but from the inside, it makes the organization dependent. People learn to wait, not to think. And this exact dependence slows down the growth. Because people gradually understand that speaking does not make a difference. The final decision will be the one that will come from the top, then they save and hold back their best thinking. George W. Bush is often remembered by the phrase, "the decider." He had said this line in a political context. In leadership discussions, this phrase is used to explain a centralized decision style. In leadership books, this phrase has been used like an example to explain a centralized decision style. It tells that when power accumulates too much in the center, debate can fall weak. This does not mean that every quick decision is wrong. Many times, speed is essential in an emergency. If a fire breaks out, water has to be poured first. A committee does not have to be formed. But when there is a complex issue, many risks are there, and different perspectives are essential, then gut feeling alone is not enough. In such decisions, homework, debate, and diverse thinking become essential. If a leader avoids homework, briefing, disagreement, and debate, the decision can become narrow. He feels that he is taking the decision with clarity, but perhaps he is moving on incomplete information. The problem with the diminisher is exactly this. He feels that debate wastes time, whereas in truth, debate shows blind spots. Debate sometimes reduces speed but increases the quality of the decision. He talks to a few trusted advisors, then tells the decision to the entire organization. Through this, the inner circle looks strong, but the intelligence of the rest of the organization remains standing outside. Because of this, people do execute, but they do not understand. And a decision that is not understood is not owned from the heart either. People just follow instructions, they do not adopt the mission. A multiplier thinks differently. He focuses more on what do others know, than asking what do I know. He has confidence in his intelligence, but not in his intelligence alone. He knows that the sales team is with the customer, the engineering team knows the reality of the product, and the operations team sees the pain of the process. In every layer, a distinct truth lies hidden. If the decision was taken only at the top table, the intelligence of the ground can be lost. And when the reality of the ground is ignored, the strategy looks good on paper and weak in practice. A debate maker activates the entire brain power. He calls smart people not just to send a report but to think. He wants contribution from the team, not compliance. But debate does not mean a shouting match. This is a disciplined thinking process, not an ego fight. Here the purpose is to find the correct answer, not to defeat anyone. In part 3, the liberator made a safe environment where people could speak. In part 4, the challenger gave a tough question. Now part 5 turns both of those into decision making. Now the debate maker turns those voices and questions into a structured decision. He does not let open thinking scatter, rather he gives it a direction. This itself is the maturity of leadership. He knows that debate is not necessary on everything. In small decisions, speed can work. But handling small decisions and big decisions in the exact same manner is a leadership mistake. But big decisions whose impact falls on strategy, money, people, or the future need a serious debate. In such decisions, clarity is more essential than quickness. The story of 𝐼𝐻𝐸𝐽𝐵 involving Microsoft's education business explains this very point. He had experience, yet he did not make the decision alone. He did not make his smartness the final answer. A big question was in front of the business model. Should they stay on the existing corporate training route or go into the academic market? This decision could decide tomorrow's reach, not just today's sales. This was not a question of just changing the sales channel. This was a question of the direction, reach, and future relevance of the entire business. One path was familiar, the other was uncertain but could be big. Lutz called his team and opened the issue. He said that we need our best thinking. This line was simple, but it gave a signal to the room that real contribution was needed here. He gave people time, gave homework, and then held an off-site discussion so that the team could think outside routine pressure. Sometimes, changing the place changes the thinking too. When people came back, the debate was not just opinion sharing. Every person had come with preparation. Now arguments and evidence were present in the room, not guesses. This is exactly the first work of a debate maker. He frames the issue so that people understand what the real question is. Without a frame, a debate becomes like shooting an arrow in the mist. If the question is unclear, the debate becomes scattered. People keep talking about different problems. Then a lot of energy is spent, but the decision comes out weak. The frame must be clear. What is the decision? What are the options? What is the risk? From whom is input needed? Who will take the final decision? And after taking the decision, what will be the next step? When the leader gives this clarity, the debate is safe too and useful too. People know inside what boundary they are thinking and how their input will be used. Lutz asked the team whether they should expand education through new channels. This question was big but focused. This exact focus made the discussion productive. Then he asked people to think from a different perspective. Someone had to argue opposite to their original position. This was uncomfortable, but this exact discomfort opened up the thinking. This technique is powerful because a human being sticks to their first opinion. By changing sides, thinking becomes flexible. A person begins to see the weakness of their own idea too. When Chris has to speak against his own idea, he sees the weakness. When Teresa looks through a marketing lens, a new angle opens. Through this very process, the debate does not remain shallow. A debate maker does not just let people speak, he stretches them too. He says, tell your opinion, but along with it asks this too, what is the limit of that opinion? He asks, if you were the customer, what would you think? If you were the competitor, what would you do? If the budget were half, what would the plan be? Such questions connect imagination to practical reality. In this way, the debate becomes deeper. People move ahead from defending a position and begin to understand the problem. And when the problem is understood deeply, the solution also becomes better. In a good debate, 4 things are essential. It should be relevant, detailed, fact-based, and educational. If even one of these is missing, the debate can fall weak. Relevant because people contribute only when the issue is connected to them. Otherwise, the debate becomes merely an intellectual exercise. People engage only when the stakes are clear. Detailed because a strong decision does not come out from a surface-level discussion. On going into detail, assumptions are caught. Many times, the problem is found exactly where the team had never paid attention. Fact-based because strategy is not built on feelings alone. Opinion is important, but facts give it ground. Without data, a debate keeps flying in the air. Educational because after the debate, the team must be smarter than before. Debate is not for choosing a winner, it is for building collective clarity. Every participant should understand something new. A diminisher considers debate a threat. He feels that disagreement will reduce his authority. Therefore, he takes questions as a personal attack, not a challenge. A multiplier considers debate an asset. He knows that through disagreement, a decision can become strong, not weak. A different view sometimes shows the future risk beforehand. Look at a small business example. The owner decides that a new outlet has to be opened. This decision can look exciting, but inside it lies hidden the risk of rent, staff, inventory and cash flow. The decision-maker owner looks at the location alone, negotiates the rent, and tells the team that the opening is next month. The team merely gets the order for execution. If the footfall becomes low later, the staff will say, "We were told so." Ownership will disappear. People will not consider the problem as theirs because the decision was simply not theirs. The debate maker owner will ask the team from where the customers come, where the delivery demand is, where the competition is weak, and how much risk the cash flow can take. He will get a reality check done before the decision. The team will bring data, raise doubts, and perhaps it will be known that before an outlet, an online delivery hub is better. Debate did not stop the expansion, it made it smarter. This debate was not for stopping the opening. This was for making the decision smarter. Many times, the best debate does not kill an idea, it gives birth to it in a better form. The second habit of a debate maker is to ignite the debate. He builds energy in the room but keeps the rules clear too. Without rules, a debate can quickly become chaos. He says attack the idea, not the person. Challenge data, not dignity. This one line can set the tone for the entire discussion. This line keeps the debate safe. Otherwise, a discussion can quickly become personal. And the moment people feel personally attacked, thinking becomes defensive. The debate maker draws in quiet people too. He asks, "You haven't said anything yet, what risk do you see?" From this question, silent intelligence begins to come out. Many times, the most important warning comes from that exact person who is not loud. A loud voice can draw attention, but a quiet voice can catch the risk. He balances the pressure of seniority too. If only big titles speak, the debate will become fake. Junior people will speak only what will feel safe. The multiplier wants the best idea to win, not the highest rank. This exact culture makes the team honest. When reasoning is valued more than rank, only then does true debate happen. The third habit is taking the decision after the debate. A debate cannot run endlessly. If there is no end to the discussion, people get tired and clarity is lost. The leader has to summarize at the end what we learned, which options have strength, and which risks are remaining. The summary turns debate into action. Then it should be clear how the decision will happen. Through consensus, by majority from the expert owner, or with the leader taking the final call. If the process is clear, disappointment too remains manageable. A debate maker does not delay the decision. He extracts clarity from the discussion and then moves toward action. His purpose is to extract a better decision from the debate, not to get stuck in the debate. If people are confused after the decision, the debate remained incomplete. If people are aligned after the decision, the debate was successful. Alignment does not mean everyone is happy, but rather everyone understands. Lutz's team decided to move toward the academic market after the debate. In the book story, this shift increased reach and growth. This move had come out from collective thinking. The biggest thing here is not the numbers. The big thing is that the decision came out from the collective intelligence of the team. When intelligence is shared, commitment is shared too. Therefore, there was energy in the execution. People were not just following orders, they were walking on a path made by their own thinking. This exact ownership makes execution strong. In part 1, we learned that a multiplier is a genius maker. He makes people smarter around him. In his leadership, people feel big, not small. In part 2, the talent magnet recognized and grew talent. In part 3, the liberator removed fear and let ideas come out. Both unlocked the capacity of the team. In part 4, the challenger gave a goal that looked like an impossible one and pushed the team ahead of its limit. He showed people that they are capable of more than they think. Now part 5 tells that when intelligence is awakened, debate is needed to turn it into a decision. Without debate, even smart people can scatter in different directions. If you're a leader, ask yourself before the next big meeting, am I going to pronounce a decision or am I going to awaken thinking? This question will reveal your leadership style. The right debate takes time, but a wrong decision can ruin more time, money, and trust than that. Therefore, a thoughtful debate is not a delay, it can be protection too. A debate maker does not run ego. He runs the process, brings facts, handles disagreement, and then gives a clear decision. This exact discipline separates him from an ordinary decision maker. But the story is not complete yet. Talent arrived, the environment opened up, the challenge was set, and a decision also came out from the debate. Now the real test will come in execution. Now the final question remains. After the decision, who will take ownership? Will the leader monitor every step or give responsibility to people and extract the result? This exact difference is seen in a dependent and an independent team. In the next part, the final form of the multiplier will come forward, where the leader becomes an investor, not a controller. And that very form will decide whether the team truly becomes independent or always keeps waiting for the boss.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.